today. We have the first female adult cardiologist in Rhode Island. She has been active in the pro-choice and feminist movements for over 50 years and was an abortion provider in Washington, D.C. and Planned Parenthood of Rhode Island. Please welcome Dr. Barbara Roberts.
Is this better? Yeah. Sisters and brothers, can you hear me? A popular medical dictionary defines disease as literally a lack of ease, and venereal disease as one usually acquired through sexual intercourse. It's apparent, therefore, that unwanted pregnancy is the most common venereal disease. It is associated with immense physical, mental, economic, and social suffering. In seeking to be cured of this disease, women throughout history have risked pain, mutilation, and death in numbers that stagger the imagination. Today, when the cure for this disease is statistically safer than carrying out pregnancy to term, abortion is still widely withheld by antiquated laws and religious tenets not shared by the majority of people. These were the words I used in my first public speech on abortion. It was the spring of 1971, 2 years before the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision legalized abortion. I was testifying in front of the Connecticut legislature, which was considering a slight liberalization of the Connecticut abortion law. It's 50 years later, and I'm still advocating for safe legal abortion because we are facing the very real possibility that Roe v. Wade will be overturned. The Supreme Court is stacked with some conservative, anti-choice justices. Texas has just passed a draconian law, but in wide areas of the country, even before that, abortions have become difficult, if not impossible, to obtain. Doctors who perform abortions have been picketed, threatened, and even murdered. Women who seek abortion must often run a gauntlet of rabid fetus fetishists, screaming that they are killers who will burn in hell. And laws that make it harder to obtain abortions have been introduced in many state legislatures and have been upheld by the Supreme Court. But laws criminalizing abortion aren't just inherently sexist, they are also racist. Women die without access to safe, legal abortion, and minority women die more often. According to the Centers for Disease Control, between 1972 and 1974, the mortality rate due to illegal abortion for non-white women was 12 times that for white women. I was a medical student in the days before Roe v. Wade, and I saw firsthand the horrors of illegal abortions at the hands of back alley butchers. I saw women coming into hospital with perforated wounds, in septic shock, even partially disemboweled because they were denied safe legal abortions. These experiences radicalized me, and I helped found the Women's National Abortion Action Coalition, which organized the first national pro-choice demonstration in Washington, D.C. on November 21st, 1971. I didn't expect that I'd be fighting the same fight 50 years later, but here we are. The oppression of women is nothing new. For thousands of years, we have been second-class citizens of the human race. For thousands of years, we were bought and sold like cattle. We were burned at the stake as witches if we spoke our minds. We were kept illiterate and uneducated, and we were prized only for our fertility. for our ability to give birth to the next generation of cannon fodder for the endless wars our government wages. It is only by coming together and demanding change, demanding equal rights, demanding the right to control what happens inside our bodies, that we will change the trajectory of history. We must make our voices heard in state legislatures, in Congress, in the media, and in the streets. We must demand that those running for office reveal whether or not they are pro-choice and then vote accordingly. Let us proclaim today, here, that we will no longer tolerate laws that degrade, mutilate, and murder women. Let us fight to make our right to safe, legal abortion unassailable. I'll close with two of my favorite quotations. Marian Wright Edelman, the activist and founder of the Children's Defense Fund, said, "You just need to be a flea against injustice. Enough committed fleas, fighting strategically, can make even the biggest dog uncomfortable and transform even the biggest nation." And the French author Camus said, "No army can withstand the force of an idea whose time has come. The time for women to control our own bodies has come, and no government, no church, and no army will stop us."